In the bustling village of Mbano, Adanna was known for her grace and kindness. She was a spinster, approaching her 30th birthday, a rare occurrence in the community where girls often got married by their early 20s. Raised by her widowed mother, Mema Nkechi, Adanna was taught the values of patience, humility, and the virtue of chastity. Yet, despite her radiant beauty and impeccable character, suitors seemed to avoid her. The whispers grew louder in the village square, with young women snickering behind her back. "What good is all her decency if no man wants her?" scoffed Amarachi, one of the more outspoken girls in the village, now married to a farmer who barely made ends meet. Virginity won't fetch her a husband. Adanna, however, kept her head high, leaning on her faith and the assurance that her time would come. But even she couldn't help but feel the sting of isolation, especially during the village dances when others flaunted their husbands and children. One fateful evening, Mema Nkechi sat Adanna down under the mango tree in their courtyard. "My daughter, do not let the mockery of others steal your joy," she began, her voice steady but filled with emotion. "A pot of stew left to simmer will taste richer than one hastily cooked." Adanna nodded, tears threatening to spill from her eyes. "Mama, sometimes I wonder if I am cursed." "Cursed? No, my child," Mema Nkechi reassured her. "You are a pearl hidden in the sand. The right hands will come to find you." Unknown to them, a royal proclamation was about to shift the tide of Adanna's fate. In the neighboring kingdom of Ozioma, King Obiora made a surprising decree. His only son, Prince Agazi, was to wed within the year. The prince, however, had a peculiar condition. His bride must be a virgin of noble character. The king, determined to honor his son's wishes, dispatched messengers to every surrounding village, instructing them to seek eligible maidens. The proclamation sent shockwaves through the land. In Mbano, the laughter at Adanna's expense abruptly ceased. Eyes that once mocked her now burned with envy and speculation. Could it be that Adanna's steadfastness would finally be rewarded? 2 weeks after the royal decree, a group of regal emissaries arrived in Mbano. Clad in rich fabrics and bearing the king's crest, they summoned all eligible maidens to the village square. The once confident Amarachi and her friends found themselves excluded from the gathering, their previous taunts now haunting their thoughts. As Adanna approached the square, her heart raced. She felt the weight of her mother's prayers and the watchful eyes of the entire village. Could this be the moment her destiny would unfold? The emissaries, led by the dignified Chief Udoka, conducted a series of interviews and inquiries. They sought not just physical purity but evidence of character and upbringing. Adanna, with her gentle demeanor and well-spoken answers, stood out among the candidates. Her reputation, once a source of ridicule, now worked in her favor. "This one," Chief Udoka whispered to his assistant after meeting Adanna. "She carries herself like royalty already." The villagers buzzed with speculation. Could Adanna truly be chosen? Some wondered aloud. Others, secretly regretful of their own choices, watched with a mix of awe and jealousy. When Chief Udoka arrived at Adanna's home to formally invite her to the palace for the final selection process, Mema Nkechi's joy was boundless. She danced and sang praises to the heavens, her laughter echoing through the compound. "You see, my daughter," she said, holding Adanna close, "the world may laugh at you, but when God smiles on you, no one can deny it." As they prepared for the journey to Ozioma, Adanna couldn't help but feel a surge of hope. Perhaps, after all these years, her patience and virtue were about to pay off in ways she had never imagined. When Adanna arrived at the royal palace, the grandeur took her breath away. The marble floors gleamed under the light of chandeliers, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of roses. She was one of 10 finalists, each a picture of elegance and poise. The competition was fierce, but Adanna remained true to herself. She treated her fellow contestants with kindness, even as some eyed her with suspicion. The day of the final selection arrived, and the entire kingdom awaited the announcement. Prince Agazi, a man of striking intelligence and charm, met each finalist personally. When he spoke with Adanna, something shifted in his heart. Her simplicity, wisdom, and unshakable faith left an indelible mark on him. "Father," he said that evening, "I have made my choice." When the king's messengers arrived in Mbano to announce Adanna as the chosen bride, the village erupted in celebration. Women who had once mocked her now scrambled to be part of the festivities, eager to bask in her newfound glory. Amarachi, watching from the sidelines, could only shake her head in disbelief. "Who would have thought?" she murmured. "Adanna, the one we laughed at, now a princess." Adanna's wedding was the talk of the land. Dignitaries from far and wide attended, and the streets of Ozyamaa were adorned with flowers and banners. Her gown, a masterpiece of silk and beads, shimmered under the sun as she walked down the aisle. As she exchanged vows with Prince Agazi, Adanna's heart swelled with gratitude. Her journey, though painful, had led her to this moment of unparalleled joy. The wedding marked the beginning of a cultural shift. Inspired by Adanna's story, mothers began to teach their daughters the value of chastity and integrity. The kingdom of Ozyamaa became known for its virtuous maidens, a legacy sparked by one woman's unwavering faith. Adanna's life as a princess was filled with purpose. She used her platform to advocate for education and empowerment, ensuring that young girls understood their worth beyond societal pressures. Her story became a beacon of hope, proving that patience and virtue would always triumph over mockery and doubt. Life in the palace was an adjustment for Adanna, but her humility endeared her to everyone she met. She quickly formed a bond with Queen Ezen, her mother-in-law, who became her mentor and guide. Together, they worked on initiatives to improve the lives of women and children in the kingdom. Adanna's presence brought a refreshing air of simplicity to the royal court. She reminded the nobles that true greatness came not from wealth or status but from the heart. Prince Agazi and Adanna often spent evenings discussing the future of the kingdom. Adanna's insights, drawn from her humble upbringing, gave Agazi a new perspective on governance. "Your wisdom," he told her one night, "is a gift to this kingdom." Their partnership grew stronger with each passing day, and the people of Ozyamaa began to see them as the embodiment of unity and progress. To honor Adanna's influence, the kingdom instituted an annual festival of virtue, celebrating values like honesty, humility, and resilience. The festival became a platform to share inspiring stories and recognize individuals who exemplified these qualities. Adanna's story was always the highlight, serving as a reminder that integrity and patience could overcome even the harshest challenges. Adanna's new role as princess came with its challenges. The court's politics, driven by power-hungry nobles, tested her patience and resolve. One particular noble, Chief Dyke, resented her influence over the prince and sought to undermine her at every turn. One day, Chief Dyke publicly questioned Adanna's ability to represent the people, citing her humble background. "What can a village girl know about the complexities of ruling a kingdom?" he sneered during a council meeting. Adanna, calm but firm, responded, "It is from the village that I learned the values of compassion, hard work, and integrity. These are the same principles that will guide my decisions here." Her words won the admiration of many, including the king, who applauded her wisdom. Chief Dyke, though silenced for the moment, vowed to create more obstacles. Adanna's genuine care for the people quickly earned her the title of the people's princess. She often visited villages, listening to the concerns of farmers, traders, and women. Her humility and empathy bridged the gap between the palace and the common folk. One day, she met a widow named Chiamaka, struggling to provide for her children after her husband's death. Adanna ensured that Chiamaka received farmland and tools, sparking hope not only for the widow but for others in similar situations. "She's not just a princess," the villagers often said. "She's one of us,